What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm a little sweaty and dirty, but that's because I got the 13B out of the 510. Now all we have to do is get it ready to go into the B210. Let's go check this thing out. I was actually able to get it out of there. There she is. Probably could use a new oil pan gasket while it's out. I don't know, that's actually leaking from. Where's that leaking from? Not the oil pan gasket. Anyways, I was able to get it out, and the only damage is that little guy. My bad. Good thing it's rattle canned, anyways. But yeah, came out really easy as long as you lift from the front, let the tranny dive, and there she is. In case you were wondering why the swap is coming out of here, which I did not do, the main reason is not that it was done horrible, but it's not a race car anymore, and I'll show you stuff. Check this out. The cross member is completely hacked up. Matter of fact, I went to go lift the car up from there, and it like folded up. And I was like, oh, I've got to lift it from somewhere else. And then, just if you look at like these welds here on the engine mount and stuff, not that I'm a hugely better welder, but you know, no front sway bar or anything like that. So what we're gonna do is pull this entire cross member out and either put in a used one or put in a tubular aftermarket one. So you can see that they tunneled out the tranny tunnel, made it taller and a little bit wider, which we may end up having to do in the B210, but I'm going to try to avoid it at all possible, and let me show you why. So if you look here, this one ultimately has a wider mouth here up front, but it's also just wider in general. And then I have more room here, and I'm also going to do the same thing. I don't really have a choice. I'm going to cut factory engine mounts out. Sway bar has got to get dropped down a little bit. I'm going to trim up the front of it, just all that excess. But I'm going to cut it the same way because the oil pan will barely sit it. Well, actually the oil pan will probably be up further, but it's flat there and then it dives down. But I'm going to cut it, flip the metal, and then weld it back in so I don't lose that rigidity of the cross member. So that's the plan. For now, I may end up just getting the engine put back in the garage, or put in the garage here on the floor, take the 510 off of the jacks and set it down, push it out of the way, and then we'll see where we're at. So that's the update progress on the Rotary swap B210. And I think I made some headway on that car. If you follow me for the EcoBoost Festiva, I was able to get some comparison logs today of when it's doing its fuel cut issue to compare with when it's not. And I sent those off to JempSport to see what they thought of them. What I'm gathering is I'm losing fuel pressure. I don't think it's on the low pressure side. I think it's on the high pressure side, and I think it's a commanded loss. I think for some reason it's not making the correct calculations when it gets under load or under boost, and so therefore the fuel pressure drops. So I'm going to work on it a little bit while I wait to hear back from JempSport, but hopefully I hear back from them sooner than later because I want to get that thing going. It needs to be done before September so that way it can go to California for some races. It's got to get done. It still needs door bars as well. This is where we're at. I'm going to, like I said, bring that into the garage. All right, folks, there she sits until I can get all that stuff cut out and moved out of the way. Take some measurements on where the shifter assembly is going to come through so I can get that cut out. And I do have to get the carpet and stuff. Oh, you can't see, but I need to get the carpet and stuff pulled up out of there. For now, until next time, I will see y'all on the next one.